Alright, today we're taking a look at the G36C and Ghost Recon Breakpoint, a gun that has been requested quite a few times from quite a few of you beautiful people, and I'm sorry I haven't gotten around to it yet, but we are here now. So just to preface this video, do max out your assault rifle upgrades to fully experience this weapon in the best way possible, and of course get it to an MK3 upgrade to really fully max out your G36C and get it to where it needs to be. Alright, now this gun you probably come across in most of the shooters that you've played, especially in the past and even in present day. It tends to be around, and it always tends to play really well too. It's a fun gun, guys, no doubt. There's no doubt that it's a fun weapon, and I will discuss that and show you that in this video. But there's one thing here that I do want to kind of take note of, and I gotta kind of say this right out of the gate and acknowledge it. For those of you who probably have dismissed this weapon for this fact alone, but it doesn't have the best damage, alright? The damage output is only sitting at 22. However, the accuracy of this thing and its ability to stay tame while delivering you those shots, even when dumping in automatic mode, makes this rifle a must-use gun, alright guys? So, despite its damage again sitting at 22, like the 5.16 and like the MK18, you can still have some solid results with this rifle, alright guys? And one thing to note too about the G36C is that it's a great looking assault rifle, guys. The Germans, they make cool shit, what can I say? It's got a very clear and obvious look to it. It's a timeless classic look. Everyone knows the look of the G36. So no doubt, guys, the G36 has the styling that no other gun has, and what it lacks in damage, I gotta say, it makes up again in its flexibility in combat as well as its great styling. Because let's face it, guys, when it comes to video games, we want to equip guns that not only play well, but guns that actually just look cool, guys, plain and simple, alright? Alright, so as you boys and girls know, we will start by testing this thing out against Sentinel, Wolf, and Bodark targets too, to see how well this G36 hits, and then I will give you guys my thoughts on the gun. But before we do that, let's set this thing up. We're gonna go with the ASR standard magazine, the Prism silencer, the Multi-A, the EXP3X G33 sight, an auto single trigger, an STK KV stock, and lastly the shift vertical foregrip for the underbarrel. Now that we have this thing all set up, I'm going to discuss why I chose those parts that I did, but before we do that, let's test this thing out against Sentinel, Wolf, and Bodark targets now too, single shot, center mass, and we're going to see how well this thing takes them down. We're going to start off with Sentinel using a suppressor. 3 shots. Without a suppressor now. 2 shots confirmed. Let's do Wolves with a suppressor. 8 shots. Without a suppressor now. 7 shots confirmed. Let's do standard Bodark enemies, which include Seekers, Troopers, and Tacticians, starting with a suppressor. 3 shots. Without a suppressor now. 2 shots confirmed. Alright, so now that we have that all set up and we went through those power tests, I am going to discuss why I chose those parts that I did and share my thoughts on the gun. Alright, so I went with that Multi-A for its bonuses that it provides, alright? It gives us a 10% increase to range, a decrease of 10% to sway, and a decrease of 20% to shot spread. So when your ASRs are fully maxed out, these bonuses will be even more apparent and literally make this gun one of the sturdiest guns I have ever used in this game. It stays so tame, especially when moving while firing. The reticle won't sway either, especially when you're trying to get that perfect headshot at a distance, alright? The Multi-A will make sure your G36C stays on point, and with its accuracy that this gun has, it will deliver you those lethal shots or set of shots that you need to take down targets, alright? Despite it having, again, a lower damage output, you can really lean in on this gun's accuracy and its strengths in recoil because because you will land each and every shot, and that's a must-have with guns that have lower damage like this one, and luckily this gun does afford you that, alright? Also, as you guys know, the Multi-A has the best visibility of all the lasers in the game, so getting into exchanges in the daytime, you can really rely on this laser to help you deliver those shots, even while fast walking through a heavily occupied enemy zone. Now, I went with that EXP-3X G33 sight because on this weapon specifically, it's a must-have attachment that you will want to use, alright? Because this rifle excels in close to mid-ranged engagements, and it will also do some decent fucking work in farther distances too, alright? But I wouldn't really rely on this weapon's lower damage too much when engaging targets super far out, but at a decent distance, you can definitely manage with this thing, alright? But anything way further out, you'd probably want to bounce over to that G36 Scout version for those types of engagements, alright? And I say this because generally speaking, when you engage targets at a distance, you will need every bit of power that your sword will provide you. So a gun with only 22 damage that takes 3 body shots to take down basic infantry while it's suppressed, it may not be the best choice for those super far out engagements, because unless you really take your time to line up that headshot, then that one body shot you hit, you might need to follow that up with 2 more fast shots to the body, and that could honestly cost you and your team getting opened up on and spotted if you are playing stealth. So again, really utilize this rifle in those close to mid-range engagements and you will have no issues. And just be patient, alright guys? Take your time when engaging farther out, because this dual range sight will be there for you to help you make those adjustments on the fly. Now, I went with that STKV stock for its beautiful decrease in the horizontal recoil by 7%, and then I went with that shift vertical foregrip for its vertical recoil reduction by 7%. So we have this thing even more tame and manageable across both axes of recoil thanks to those 2 parts giving us those 7% reductions on both axes, alright? And I gotta say guys, that STK KV stock really does look gorgeous on this already great looking rifle. So this thing is definitely looking proper while also being a great tool to get the job done and staying tame. Now, we put on that auto single trigger because you will want to definitely lean in on this gun's automatic firing modes, especially when engaging targets to their face, because you can whip it around and dump controlled bursts into each target, ensuring that it's you who remains standing and not the enemy, alright? But we also have, again, that single shot firing mode that you will want to use probably for mostly every type of engagement with this rifle, especially when you see like targets at a distance, but when you see groupings of targets, we dump them in automatic mode. Even with a suppressor, this thing will still dump all those targets and not leave any of them standing, alright guys? If we see patrols or individual units at a distance, then again, make that switch to single shot firing mode and that precision will be there for you guys, alright? And I know you guys are precise with your shots, so you guys already got a head start, alright? Because I know you guys are accurate with when you play. So again, lean on that single shot firing mode, utilize your skills there, and you will have a great time, no doubt. And again, switch to automatic firing mode when things open up and when you're up close with the enemy, alright guys? So that's the G36C assault rifle in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, a great overall setup that you will definitely want to try out. You will not be disappointed with this build, alright guys? It's such a versatile assault rifle in the sense that it really does afford you that sturdy, manageable response when it comes to combat, allowing you to worry less about recoil and giving you that extra focus on who your targets are and who's around you and what's around you, allowing you to make the jump from target to target while precisely chopping them down. So let this gun lead the way, let it do what it's good at, keep this thing in its comfort zone, and you will have a fun time with it and receive, again, excellent results, alright guys? So again, that's the G36C in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Keep an eye out for that spotlight video on it because I will do one, and as always guys, thanks for watching and take it easy.